What's good, YouTube? We're back with another KaibaHacksDartz video. Today we're going to be showing you how to make a deck box for Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, but it can also be used for Magic, Pokemon, whatever trading card game. You know, you might be ripping Chaotic, I don't know. But what you're going to need for this is table cream, milk, juice container, any container like this shape, 1 liter, a pen, ruler, scissors, and a hot glue gun is also necessary, or some kind of glue. You could probably get away with tape as well, and sandpaper, and possibly, paint or whatever if you want to do up your deck box to look special. So the first step, you can take off the cap. You can pop open the top here. You can just rip that open. Obviously, make sure this thing's cleared out. And like I said, get it open like that. Make sure it's cleared out. Then you're going to want to get the back of it. So if this is the front, go to the back. Take a card or a deck box. Make sure it's a sleeved card. Line it up. I'm going to use my deck box that I've already made. But you line it up and make a mark. We'll use red just to fit in with this. So make a mark across there. Now what you're going to want to do is cut from the top down to that line on both sides. And then you're going to want to cut that flap off entirely. And make sure you go straight across that line you made. It helps if you want, you can fold it. Help make a straight line. And then cut through. Now the next step, you're going to want to cut using that line going straight this way and on the other side. So we'll do that real quick. You don't want to do the side with the where the lid goes. So that side. So next, you're going to fold this down over onto itself, and you're going to mark right here. Now the line's not showing up too good there, but we do have it. And now, what you're going to want to do is fold this onto that line. Now you're going to have to cut off this top part as well, just along the trim, I guess you'd say. So like that. Make sure the fold is good and straight. Crease it down real well. And you can see how that this is going to come together here. So you're going to put this up top. Get it as straight as possible. And then you're going to mark inside this circle. Like so. Get a good marker in there. Make sure it's as straight as possible. And then next, you're going to cut that circle out. So all I'll just do is just poke a little hole in here. Be as careful as possible. And then you can just trim out that circle. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. You will kind of have to readjust once we get a little further along here. But you want to rip that off. And then next, you're going to cut along these lines right here. So just like so. Cut along those lines. Get that flap open. Now see, that's going to close over, and you're going to want the lid hole to fit through this hole. So what you can do is trim a bit more. Also just kind of put your scissors in and spin them a bit. It'll help widen the hole out. And do a bit more trims. So just keep trimming it until the hole is the correct size. You can kind of pull it through to help gauge it. And that's going to be about where you want it. It's a bit tight there, but we can kind of go back and forth and it'll help loosen it up a bit. But for now, we'll move on to the next step. So you're going to want to cut down these lines right here on each side, but only to here. Show you what I mean here. Just slice down. Same on this side. Just follow that line until you get down to the base. And maybe go a bit farther on this one. And then this is how it's going to come together. You're going to fold that one up, fold that one over, and this up. And you're going to glue these sections together, and that'll form your deck box there. Like I said, we got to pull out this hole a bit more, but something like that will form your deck box, and then you can put the lid on to lock it. So we'll glue her up real quick and we'll come back and show off the finished product. So if you got your glue gun ready, or whatever glue you're going to be using, remember, we're going to be attaching those two sides and then this to the top. So you can start any way, really. Just make sure you get a good section of glue on there. Try and get right to the edges if possible. Set her to the side. And then connect those two pieces. Make it as straight as possible. Make sure the connection's good. Now you can, like I was saying at the beginning, sand down these edges to make it stick a bit better. I find you don't need to do that, but it's optional. Next, we'll attach the top. I like to keep the whole space open as much as you can, but the rest you can glue down. Make sure you get those corners. And bring her up. Keep it as straight as possible. It's coming out the seams a bit, and that's all good. It means she's filling up the areas nice and well. And you can trim off these little edges. It all can be trimmed up to make it whatever way you want to make it look, you know, aesthetically pleasing as possible. Get all the strings of glue down. And there you see we pretty much have our deck box. It's still kind of dry in there, but I can show it off. Obviously you got this part comes down. You bring the lid over. And you take the actual cap and you place it on top. Now if you do have enough space, some of them have different kind of heights of lids. You can fit a dice in there, or maybe a coin as well. So that way you could have them on the go, but you could also just keep them in the box. But there you go, that's a deck box. And like I said, you can customize it, you can paint it up. It does have a nice look with just the natural the natural box look, but you can trim up these edges, like I said. You can trim the kind of the flaps to have rounded edges, or to have any design you kind of want. Well, I hope you like that. You know, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me if you got use out of the box. And thanks for watching. You know, hit that little notification bell. Peace.